Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and I will be the English trainer for this hour. What we will be talking about is space, and specifically space tourism. The main purpose for this class is basically to learn new vocabulary and also practice speaking. So that is what we will be doing. So I'll put the learning goals here. Learn new vocabulary. Practice speaking, and I believe this one also, and practice some grammar. Those are the learning goals that we have for you guys today, and we should have a fun class for you. Let me see. Let me get the material as well for you. Get the materials link. I have it on a Google Drive. So again, my name is Holly, and I will be one of the English teachers for this hour for intermediate level students. And hello, how are you today?
Hello, Holly. I'm fine. Thank
So Alexei, remind me where you were from. Was it Poland?
No, I'm from Ukraine.
Ukraine. Okay. Okay. All right. So how has your day been so far? Well, I guess it's night for you, isn't it?
Oh,
So
it is 11 o'clock
yeah.
a.m.
So
in my
so
country.
yeah. So let me change that. How was your day?
How was my day?
Yeah. How
Mm,
was your day?
it was a little bit hard, I think.
Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Um, is it because was it work stress or?
Yes, it was some work stress because I'm work in building and in construction.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And always busy in
Mm-hmm.
construction site, and I have to rush and run every time
Mm-hmm. Now,
from
is
one
it
to other place.
uh-huh. Is it cold right now in the Ukraine as well, or has it warmed up?
Now it's -2 degrees.
Okay, it's minus degrees, so it's cold as well. Have you seen the
It,
movie? Hi, Greg. Have you seen the movie Multiplicity? It's about a guy in construction who gets really stressed, and so he clones himself. It's a comedy. Um,
multiplicity.
yeah,
No,
you might like it.
I haven't seen this comedy.
Yeah, because from what you described is what the main character described, just having to go here, there, everywhere, and so forth. So I thought, oh, you might like that movie. Hello, Greg. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good. Alexei was saying that the weather in the Ukraine is at the minus and the negatives. What's the weather right now in Poland?
Actually, not in Poland, in the UK.
You're in the UK, but you're
Yeah.
from Poland.
Yes, I'm from
Okay.
Poland.
Okay, so what's the weather like right now in the UK?
Actually, it is after rain, so it's quite coldy.
It's quite cold.
Quite.
Yeah.
It's not actually probably because in Poland there's probably a snow right now or something, because sometimes in November you see a snow and sometimes the temperature go down to drop to 20 degrees below Celsius, so it's really cold. You remember 4 years ago, I couldn't believe it, but 4 years ago, I think maybe 5 years ago, it was 6 a.m. I have to go to the capital of Poland, and it was minus 30 degrees of Celsius.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what is interesting, the university was open, the stores was open, everything
Yeah.
functioned in a normal way, and
Uh-huh.
people didn't care, they just have to
Exactly. 'Cause
wear better
yeah.
clothes.
Yeah, so it was business as usual. The
Yeah.
one thing that I've learned about the UK is I made a mistake. I went there during right after the New Year, and I think it was 2004. And in Finland, of course, it was very cold. It was in minus degrees, and there was snow. And I thought, well, I'm going to the UK. It's warmer there.
Because
And because there's no snow. Well, I totally made a mistake. It was freezing, and I ended up buying some winter hats, and I was just cold because it's a different type of cold, but it still does get cold. so
yeah, actually,
so
I feel I feel quite strangely because when I come from Poland, there's a fall season of the year that looks completely differently.
uh-huh.
Every of them look completely differently. So if you go on the summer to Poland, you have 36 degrees
Uh-huh.
of Celsius, 35 degrees. I think at and
Mhm.
above the zero, So it's really warm, and you have completely opposite
Uh-huh.
temperature with the winter, and the spring
Uh-huh.
is quite warm and nice, probably the best season of the year. But actually, the fall in the Poland is actually it's like the weather in the UK, and
Mm.
it's really impressive because there's not too much cold here. There's no too much summer like in Poland. There's no winter like in Poland. So there's in the
Mhm.
previous year, there's no
Uh-huh.
snow in the UK,
Yeah.
and I felt, oh my God, 12 months of fall. It is so depressing.
Yeah, that is does I totally can relate to that totally because that I lived in Oregon, which is like that. So I lived for a while. So Moises, welcome. How is everything in Spain?
It's getting cold too.
Is it getting cold as well?
Uh,
Yeah.
maximum of 11, minimum 2, 3 degrees
Mhm.
Celsius.
Yeah, this week here it's in the teens. It's between 10 and 15 here. And as you can see, there's actually sun coming out right now, the too much sun, um, but last week it was minus 12. So we have like a complete dichotomy. So how was your day, Moises?
It was a regular day of the week,
Mhm. Mhm.
going to work and during the morning and afternoon, and then during the evening relaxing at home
Mhm.
with my family
Mhm.
and
Okay.
taking Berlin classes.
All right.
Of course.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, today is it's do you guys know the day before a holiday, all of a sudden you get this feeling of anticipation? That's how it feels here. Um,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, because tomorrow is Thanksgiving and Friday is Black Friday. So tomorrow will be the big day, and so I think that everybody feels a type of anticipation, and people are doing special things and so forth. So.
What
Um,
about the Friday is a day off for the
um,
people don't have to go to work?
Yeah, for most people, some people it is not, and for some people it is. It just depends on the work. Of course, if you work in retail or if you work in the restaurant industry, you probably will be working on Friday. And most of the stores are closed tomorrow. There are a few that are open, but most are closed. Um, and so, but tomorrow is Friday is the biggest shopping day of the year in the U.S. And so everybody, not everybody, a lot of people go out shopping and there's all kinds of sales. And then something you guys might be able to take advantage of is on Monday, it's called Cyber Monday. So if you buy from like Amazon or whatever, you might be able to take advantage of some sales. Cyber Monday. But yeah, so it's a fun holiday. On Thursday is a fun holiday because there are no gifts. All it is eating and enjoying each other. So I really like it. So all right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the topic today is on space tourism, and I wrote on the chat that I've got the learning goals I have for you is we're going to learn some new vocabulary, we're going to practice speaking, and then practice some grammar. And the specific grammar is reported speech, and that's where you tell somebody what somebody else has just said. Okay, so the first question I have for everybody here is, would you like to travel into space? Why or why not? So Greg, how about you? Would you like to travel into space?
Actually, I didn't try it. I hate to fly.
Oh, you hate to fly, so you don't want to try this.
So probably if I had the choice, won't be interested to do it.
Okay.
Because I don't think it is. It could be fun. I don't know. I won't feel safe when I'll be on this space aircraft or something, you know.
Okay. So you wouldn't be interested in doing it. So you
No.
say, I won't be interested in doing it. Okay. Yeah, so if you hate to fly, then probably flying into space is not very appealing at all.
No.
Yeah.
No. There's some 3D movies, and Gravity, about I don't remember. There was an actor that was a woman. Jesus, I don't remember her name right now. But it was about dying in the space or something like that. The movies, I went to the movie house. I watched it, and actually, I hate this movie. It was really strange feeling when you have 3D glasses, because usually I wasn't interested in 3D movies, but one of these movies that I want to see, because maybe that will be quite cool science fiction flick. So one day I was absolutely terrifying in my chair when I was sitting in the cinema, when the person who played the main role in this movie actually constantly was in the situation that she almost died. It doesn't matter where she were, things just crashing in the space. She just moving from one place to the other. It was not fun, and quite one of the scenes that was quite creepy for me when she saw Earth from this huge distance and tried to find the flashlight to just have some to see what is going on.
So this is a 3D movie called Gravity?
Gravity.
Okay, because it sounds interesting.
Sandra Bullock.
Okay, I think that actually has gotten mixed reviews, if I remember right. I'm going to have to check it out.
Quite cool, but I won't be interested to be in the movie house. Because I am not the biggest fan of 3D movies. I like to, traditional movies.
Yeah, okay. All right. Alexi, how about you? Would you like to travel into space? Why or why not?
Okay. I would like to travel into space if I would more younger, and
Okay. So if I were younger.
If I were younger, yes.
Yeah. Okay. But space could make you younger. So.
Okay, space could make me more younger because I saw a film, Interstellar, with Matthew McConaughey, and one of
Interstellar? I have not seen it yet. Is that a movie that would be better in a theater or at home?
No, I saw it at home, but I think it great in theater too.
Okay, because it's out in the theaters here, and I don't know whether to wait just watch it on Netflix or watch it on TV, on DVD or not. So, Moises, how about you? Would you like to travel into space? Why or why not?
I've never felt any attraction for traveling into space.
Uh-huh. Okay. So you've never even thought about it?
No, not really. It's something like I wouldn't pay for that, and even I wouldn't go even if they pay me.
Okay. So you're like Greg. So, and
Yeah.
Alex is kind of halfway. Yeah, if I were younger, I'd do it. And then me, of course, it's like I'll do it as fast as I absolutely can. So, I am I'm an avid fan. If you guys know what this, avid fan of Star Trek. And that's a TV show. A TV show about space exploration.
I know the show. I remember when I was a kid, I tried to watch it, but after many years, it wasn't really too much fascinating. The plot of this television series wasn't too much interesting for me.
Uh-huh.
And later I realized that there's so many version of this that constantly there's something, is released that I thought I'm not gonna waste, I don't know, years to watch every series. I just gave up on it.
Yeah.
Didn't even try it. Not because there was, maybe will be interesting because I remember when I was a kid it was quite fun, but later I thought maybe I don't want to be the biggest fan of one of the longest series in television in the cinema, in the movie house that is released in the movie houses. So I definitely stopped thinking about watching, but I know the show.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and when I was a kid, well, the first original, it's called the original series. The first Star Trek came out actually when I was a baby. It was the late '60s, and I was not allowed to watch science fiction when I was a child. My mom thought that science fiction was terrible, so she wouldn't let us as children watch science fiction. And so when I was in my early 20s, some of my friends introduced me to Star Trek and explained the whole shows to me. And through the years, I've watched them all, and that's how I became a big fan. So, and we would talk about before I started teaching, I was a friend and I would talk about what life would be like if only we could be like Star Trek. So it was. So anyway, so let's match the following words with their correct definitions. Okay, so we have a spaceship, an entrepreneur, a celebrity, a runway, mass market, aviation, an incentive, and impact. So, Alexi, could you read letter A and match it to one of these words?
Okay, a spaceship.
No, letter A, over here on this side.
A person who starts their own business.
Yeah.
An entrepreneur.
So an entrepreneur, okay? All right. Entrepreneur, okay. Oh, let's see. All right, Greg, could you read letter B?
Yes. A special path on which aircraft take off and land. Number 4, a runway.
A runway, yes. And Do you guys know the other meaning for a runway?
There was something, but I don't remember.
Okay. If you ever go to a fashion show with models, the models will walk down a runway, and that's the little path where they they walk. Okay, so this is the one that they're talking about right here. But the alternative meaning would be this right here is called the runway when it comes to runway models. So you have runway models, or you have runway meaning the airplane. So, all right. Next one, Moises, could you read C?
Vehicle that travels in space.
Okay, and what would that be?
Spaceship.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. All right, and Alexi, could you read D?
Okay, produced or designed for as many people as possible, not only for a few very rich customers. A mass market.
Yes, it is a mass market. So anything that is made for everyone it would be considered mass market. Okay, Greg, can you read E?
Yes, someone who is famous, especially in the entertainment business.
Okay.
It will be number 3, celebrity.
Celebrity. Okay, excellent. All right. And Moises, letter F.
Something that encourages you to do something. An incentive.
Yes, perfect. An incentive. Okay, and Alexi, letter G.
The activity, industry, or designing, producing, or flying aircraft. It's aviation.
Yes, aviation. Okay, and then the last one, the effect that something has is of course an impact. Excuse me. Okay, so first of all, let's practice some of these words. Moises, can you tell me, have you ever met a celebrity, or would you like to meet a celebrity?
I never met in person. I saw in TV, but not in person, or probably I saw near me in a, but they don't want to talk to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, is there any one particular celebrity you would like to meet if you could?
Not really, because I mean, I am happy with my friends. So
Okay.
I don't have the need. I don't need to meet any celebrity.
Okay. Thank you very much. Greg, have you ever thought about being an entrepreneur? Or are you an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur. I think I thought about it, but I decided not to do it because I don't know. My brother is a kind of person who actually start own business, who become more successful every month, and he is trying to hire more people. But actually, he has this, kind of set of skills that that I don't know. I don't have it. And he is really a person who is always calm. It doesn't matter what is happening. I remember when he studied. I remember that he has a lot of exams. So he had two exams. When he came out from home, he said, "I will just crash between one and the other exam because I didn't sleep too much." So this is kind of person who actually can deal easily with the problems.
Okay.
And he has some technical skills and stuff, and so he really believes at what he is doing. And not because I just don't have this kind of field.
Okay. So he is successful in what he does. Does he work all the time? Like,
He is a founder, so he works all the time. He has some, I don't know, four people, 5 people, because sometimes just hiring the people who he knows, or sometimes who just recommended. So he has like a small company that is just expanding. He started but as only one person company, and it started growing to right now to 5. I remember 2 normal employees and maybe another 2 or 3 who just work as a odd job or something.
Okay. Yeah, so it's slowly, that's cool, awesome. Okay. Alexi, do you know anyone who works in the aviation industry? Like Boeing or any in the aviation industry? Alexi, are you there? Okay, it looks Leah unmuted, but I'm unable to hear you. It sounds like there might be a problem with your connection. So Moises, do you know anyone who works in the aviation industry?
No, I really don't know anyone. I met people when
Problem with connection.
Okay, now we
sorry?
hear you. Now we hear Alexi. Okay. So you don't know anyone, Moises, in the aviation industry?
Not personal, not personally.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Greg, do you know anybody?
Actually, no, I don't know anybody who will be, into this kind of field.
Okay. I when I was in Finland, I taught for several years in the aviation industry. So I fortunately know quite a few people, and it's basic. At least the firm I taught at. I guess it was two different firms. They were basic. The people I taught were basic engineers. So it didn't seem any different than any other engineering firm that I've worked in. All right. Let's see. Alexi, can you try to speak again?
Okay, I'm
Okay,
trying
now it's
now.
working. Okay. Yeah, something happened temporarily where you couldn't hear us and we couldn't hear you, and
Some
yeah,
problem with connection,
yeah,
right?
but it fixed itself. It's always nice when it does that. So, all right. Can you tell me when as a person who works in a company, what type of incentive do you like to receive from your employer? Can you think of an incentive that motivates you?
What I think of motivates me?
Hmm.
Mm, I think, of course, if my employer mm, mm, give me a raise, I think
Uh-huh.
and I have more days off, and
Mm-hmm.
I have more free time.
Okay. So, and not just money, but also the ability to take some time off is a huge incentive for you. Greg, how about you in your job? What is a good incentive that for your boss?
Well, I'm unemployed right now, but I try to find a job. One of the things that
Uh-huh.
I really like is when I can, I hate rotating shifts at work. So because the two other things were mentioned, so I think to the time of work when it's predictable, when the time of work is not delayed, or maybe it's not, that when you start, when you finish, and you don't have to worry that just they call you and they tell you that you have to come to the job. So that's one of the things when time from work and day off and time off is actually two separated things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So basically, you would like to have a job that gives you a set schedule.
Yeah.
So, okay. Excellent. Okay, how about you, Moises? What is something that gives you an incentive in your job?
Well, it's, the incentive normally is the bonus. But I think there are others. Like for me, a good incentive, apart from the bonus,
Uh-huh.
is to be treated well.
Be treated well?
To be treated well.
Okay. Awesome. So, of course, it's nice to get bonuses, but to be able to be treated well is also a great thing. So, awesome. David, welcome. How are
Holly,
you?
how are you? I'm
Pretty
fine.
good.
Thank you. And you?
I think you have a new you have a new picture up here.
Yeah, yeah, about the topic of this class. Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, it's one of my favorite topics.
Oh,
So
good.
I just joined, opened the Berlin website and said, okay, I have to join now.
I have to join this.
Yeah.
So welcome. So question for you. We're practicing. We're practicing some of these new words right here, or new or old words. But with your job, have you? What kind of incentive do you like to get? And that's something that encourages you to do things. What type of incentive does your boss give you to do a job well?
First, the company has a percentage of its budget that is spread to the employees at the end of the year according to your performance.
Okay, so a performance bonus.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so this is the best or the most important. But for us, or at least for me, it's a challenge. I mean, when I have to face a new challenge, this is enough motivation for me because I'm growing up. I'm looking for promotion, and I mean, it's not only, for example, the bonus. It's only the way that I focus my job, that I have interesting opportunities to promote, and this is a challenge for me. Otherwise, I will be boring. I will be bored, and the motivation is very, very low in that case.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. All right. Now what we're going to do, y'all, is we're going to go to read an article about space exploration, and then David and I can dream about this, while Greg and Moises, they're not interested very much in traveling in space. They would rather stay on Earth. So they can be amazed by us. Okay, so let's read the article on the next page and find the following information. Number 1, the founder of the space tourism business Virgin Galactic. So this is what we need to find. The year in which the company was founded. the location of the business's new runway, the number of people who have flown into space, the cost of space flight with Space Adventures, the cost of a ticket with Virgin Galactic, the number of people who have booked a flight into space with Virgin Galactic. I want to do that. The cost of a commercial space flight, and the future price of a space flight ticket according to some newspaper reports. Okay, so we're going to read through these. If there are any words or phrases that you do not know, please ask and we will go through them. So ready to boldly go where no tourists have gone before. So just so for those of you guys who do not know, this to boldly go where no one has gone before is the theme of the Star Trek that I was telling you that I absolutely love. To boldly go where no one has gone before. So David, do you like Star Trek and Star Wars and Babylon 5 and?
Yeah, I love both, but I think there's an internal war between the followers of both. I mean, there is a Star Trek followers and Star Wars followers, and sometimes it looks like you need to choose. You cannot like both. Yeah, the internal war between fans. But yeah, I love both. I like more Star Wars than. I prefer Star Wars than Star Trek.
Star Trek, okay.
But yeah. I enjoy a lot watching films
Okay, and I enjoy Star Trek over Star Wars because I just don't understand Star Wars. But so let's start the countdown. The next travel era will be launching sooner than expected. So let's go ahead and read this. I will make this a little bit bigger. All right, Alexi, can you read the first paragraph, number 1?
Okay, right. In a few years, we could be using a spaceship as we use passenger airplanes, according to Independent Space Agency analysts. Commercial operators are now competing to operate scheduled services to the outer limits of the Earth's atmosphere. Hundreds of wealthy entrepreneurs, celebrities and scientists have already booked tickets for the first flights by Sir Richard Branson's Virginia Galactic Space Tourism business, which will probably take off in the next 2 years. Its new runway in New Mexico, USA opened at the weekend.
Okay, excellent. Are there any words or phrases that you guys do not know? Okay, now this word, excuse me?
Entrepreneurs.
Okay, an entrepreneur is a person who starts their own business.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, and as far as pronunciation, this word here, it is actually pronounced analyst. So Independent Space Agency analysts. Okay. Any other words, guys? Okay. All right. Moises, could you read number 2?
Professor Richard Crowther, technical advisor to the UK Space Agency, predicted that in the future, space trips would become a lot more regular and a lot cheaper. It will be very expensive at first, but the technology that will then develop will open up space to everybody, he said.
And I think that's the same as the airplanes as well. At first it was very expensive and very few people could afford it. So, David, could you read number 3?
Okay. In the early days of aviation, very few people went on aircraft, but now it's mass market. A mass market for taking people into space will be a long way away. but the costs should fall with new technology.
Okay, excellent. And number 4, Greg.
Okay. Fewer than 500 people have flown into space on spaceships operated by Russia, the US, and China. With the Cold War over, the US and Russia have lost the incentive to invest billions into space programs.
Okay. All right. Instead, commercial enterprises have become interested. One of them is Virgin Galactic, founded by the British entrepreneur Sir Richard Branson in 2004. Another is Blue Origin, started by Amazon creator Jeff Bezos. Alexei, could you read the next paragraph?
Another company, Space Adventures, arranged for 7 multi-millionaires to live on the Russian Soyuz space station for up to 15 days, paying $20 million each.
Wow, to be that rich, to throw that away. Wow. So, Moises. Yeah. Moises, number 7.
According to Virgin Galactic, 380 people have booked tickets on its VSS Enterprise at $200,000 each. They include several well-known scientists, celebrities, and businessmen. Virgin said space tourism had allowed scientific advance to take place without state funding.
Okay, and David.
Okay. Will Whitehorn, Virgin Galactic's president, said there was a very low environmental impact. We will, in a 10 years program, fly tens of thousands of people into space with less impact than one NASA space shuttle.
All right. And Greg, number 9.
Okay. The flights will also be much cheaper, around $1 million per flight, compared with $1 billion for US space shuttle flight. The reason is that the Virgin Galactic spaceships are much lighter than NASA spaceships and can be reused. Reused.
And remember, it's 1 pound.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Mr. Whitehorn denies reports that the price would fall to $20,000. I don't think it will ever get that low, he said, but he added that it would become much cheaper than $200,000. So, all right. Are there any words or phrases here that you guys do not know? So, David, you said that you love this idea. If you had the money, would you book a ticket?
No.
Okay.
No, definitely not. No, I mean, I would love it, but I don't like flying in a plane.
Okay.
In a plane. So I can't imagine inside of a spaceship. I would like to do it, but I'm not brave enough.
Okay, yeah, and well, like I told everyone in the beginning of class that I would, but the kind of spaceship that I'm looking forward to is a Star Trek type of spaceship where you live on board,
yeah,
not where it's like an airplane. So I'm with you there too. So all right, so who is the founder of the space tourism business Virgin Galactic? Anyone? Anybody remember? Yeah. So, or I guess it's Sir Richard Branson now. So, Sir Richard Branson. Okay. And in the year in which the company was founded?
2004.
2004. Okay. The location of the business's new runway.
New Mexico?
Yeah, New Mexico in the U.S. Mexico, USA. The number of people who have flown into space.
Fewer.
500.
Yeah, so fewer than 500. Okay. The cost of a space flight with Space Adventures.
$20 million.
Yeah, $20 million. Okay, and the cost of a ticket with Virgin Galactic.
$20,000.
So $200,000.
200.
So, okay, the number of people who have booked a ticket to fly into space with Virgin Galactic.
380.
380, awesome. Okay, the cost of a commercial space flight.
$20,000.
Okay, it's actually $1 million.
Oh.
1 million. The future price of a space flight ticket, according to some newspaper reports.
$20,000.
Yeah, 20,000. Still too rich for my blood, but that's what they are saying. Do you guys know that saying? Too rich for my blood.
Too much money.
Yeah. If you say that is too rich for my blood, that is saying it is too expensive for me. So, and that's an idiomatic expression. So, all right, let's go on. Okay, decide whether the following statements are true or false according to the text. Correct the statements that are false. So, Alexi, can you read the first sentence?
It is currently possible for tourists to fly to space on a regular basis.
Is that true or false?
I think it's true.
Okay, it's actually false. Because
Why?
okay, it is currently possible. It's actually it will be possible in a few years. So it's and possibly I don't know.
It's impossible. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, right, but possibly I'm not sure when this article was actually written. So this could have been. Let's look, see if there's any. Oh, okay, there's no date down here. It just says what, because who knows? I'll be still teaching this material in a couple of years, so by then maybe it will be possible. So, okay, number two. David, could you read that?
Space tourism will soon become a mass market. I think it's false. It's not soon.
Okay, not soon. Okay, and what does it say about it?
False. In fact, actually, the Virgin spacecraft crashed 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, didn't Virgin Galactic did that work actually?
No, it crashed 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
So where did it crash?
In New Mexico, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, because I vaguely remember hearing about it, but I was just too busy to pay attention. So, okay, number 3, Greg, can you read that one?
Okay, governments have become less interested in developing space flight technology. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. Okay. The answer is true, and it's because of there's no Cold War anymore.
Oh, right.
Yeah. My question, I kind of wonder if they really were as advanced as they claim to have been, you know. So, next one, number 4. Moises, could you read that one?
Scientific advances have taken place because of space tourism. Probably.
Yeah, it is true. Yep. But I don't remember that from the article, actually, but the answer is true. Okay, Alexei, could you read number 5?
Space tourism will have a serious impact on the environment. I think it's true.
Actually, it's false.
Why?
Okay, it's false because there will be a low impact. A low impact on the environment is what it says. But this is just this article. Whether who knows how true it is. So David, can you read number 6?
Yep. The cost of a commercial space flight is much cheaper than NASA flight because of the spaceship design. I think it's true.
Yes, it was true. And basically they said one reason is because they can use the ship over and over. I was thinking, well, they can use Challenger they could have used Challenger over and over.
Not the Challenger.
Not the Challenger, the Challenger they can't, but they could have if they would have not made that mistake. So I was a teenager when that happened, so that was a big issue, big thing. So, okay, number 7. Greg, could you read that?
The price of a flight ticket will become cheaper in the future. I think it will be true, but there was information that the price wouldn't fall to $20,000.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so they were saying that it probably would not go below 20,000. Okay, question for you. Of course, it sounds like none of us are interested in taking this kind of space flight. But if you had the money, what is the most you would pay for this kind of flight? So, Greg, how much would you pay for a flight like this? $10, $20,000?
Well, that depends because I don't know. I think if I want to fly, it doesn't matter if it wasn't be, if I can afford it, I will definitely do it if I would be interested to do it. But I'm not interested, so it is quite hard to say. Probably it is quite interesting experience to see Earth from such distance, but I say if I would be highly interested in this kind of adventure, I will probably not regret this kind of experience, but I'm not.
Okay.
If I would be a millionaire, I would probably spend millions on it. If
you were interested.
Yeah, but if I would be some kind of poor guy who never really, there will be no chance to earn so much money in this kind of flight, I don't see the reason to to think about the price because it will be out of reach my financial possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. And how about you, David?
I would never pay for that. Absolutely never. I'm very scary.
Okay, so you would never pay for it?
No, never.
Not that kind. Yes?
I needed pills during my flight to Helsinki, only 4 hours on a plane.
Okay.
So no, I don't want to do it.
Okay, Alexi, would you pay money for a flight like this? And if so, how much would you pay? If you had the money, what's the most you would pay?
Okay, if I would have money, I would pay $10,000 for this flight.
Okay, so you would pay up to 10,000. So, okay. And Moises, how about you? How much would you pay?
$6,000.
6,000. Okay. Okay.
The interesting thing about flying is that it's not really for the normal people because it's still not. We still not live in the time that we can just afford of purchasing of own chopper. You know.
Yes.
But what was interesting that what I saw in the last week, that I think they invented something like flying skateboard or something. That is probably similar invention to what we see Back to the Future from the last part.
So you saw a hoverboard?
Yes, I don't know because that was presented in the movie and they invented in the last week. In this information about it I saw in the last week, so I have to look at it because all the website about technology they mention about this incredible invention that maybe will have something like a skateboard but without wheels, and that will just fly.
That would be a kick.
Yeah, so maybe that will be a great start to think about
So thinking about darn, we're out of time. The next question I was going to ask is whether any of you guys would ever want to use a car like they have on Back to the Future, where it flies, a flying car. That would be cool too. So
yeah.
Anyway. All right, well, I want to thank you all for your time and attention, and if you want to stick around, there'll be a few more classes here at Verbally, and I'll be teaching a class on the cells meeting, and I think there'll be another one as well. All right, thank you very much.
Thank
you.
Bye.
Bye.